Welcome back. We're going to continue with Sunless Sea. Last time we went to Frost Found and got our the secret of the captain. Not of the captain, of the tireless mechanic. I can. And then we did some exploring a little bit more. Where's my chart? Yeah, we want Frost Found down. I don't think we did anything Khan's Shadow. Well, we're London, then we went up and then over, but yeah, we didn't really do anything here. We found Anth. Oh yeah, that's right. We did get a crystallized liver from Anth. I don't know fully what that means, but yeah, we have that. Then we went to Frost Found, got his secret. Got a whole bunch of terror, but most of it's gone now. Then we went south and we found a hut. And then, yeah, we stopped there, but we're going to explore the hut. Which does have shops. It could almost be Wolfstack. So, oh, we can sell bales of parabolic linen here. So we're just going to do that real quick. Ooh, supplies are actually cheaper, and fuel's cheaper here. I can buy a captivating treasure for 11 caskets. I forget how much caskets are. I think they're like 23. So that's 200. That is actually cheaper, if that's the case. Drowning Pearl. Yeah, okay, so these are cheap. This is decent. I can't sell anything else that we have, unfortunately. The hut. Drownies built a copy of London as it never was. A citadel and houses and field of flowers. All underwater. The water is cool and luminous, and at the same time, it is breathable air. We can assemble a port report. This will always generate a port report, but the content of the report may vary. We have a 0% chance of success, but did say that the port report will always be generated. But this is based on our The Hut enthrallment, so we can wait, I guess. We can wander, look, make no comments. You're only here as a visitor. You don't need a place to stay. We can stay a while. Bring the Downies news of how London is now, and they will allow you to remain here for a time in exchange. Note it is easy to gain terror in London. Be careful. We do have a lot of terror, so I think we wander, look, make no comment. The hut, city of peace. Water and air are the same here, the same thing here. A betrayal of nature, or a truce between opposites. Swim up the side of the citadel, if you like, and peer in through its rows of windows. You won't be able to make out anything inside. Breathe deep, fill your lungs with a substance cooler and more cleansing than ordinary air. Walk in the gardens with a fish around your knees. Do not ask questions about the king of this place. Those will go unanswered. We lost 10 tier. Okay. We can ask the Drownies about the latest news of the hut. The town is thriving and full of events. Stormless. The weather has been dismal lately. Hardly a single wreck since St. Aegidus Day. And then it was only a little yacht with a few sailors aboard, and 2 of those were able to swim to shore and didn't come to the hut at all. We just have to hope for the spell to break. Interesting. Okay, we'll send a port report then. Knowing truth, the more you look, the more you see that you are perhaps not intended to. The Citadel's crypt is a prison. The graveyard is larger than it looks, and the bones are not all buried. The border between the breathable water and the dangerous water is not marked clearly. Some have drowned in crossing over, leaving their possessions scattered on the Z floor. Dahad enthrallment failed. Zero failed in the challenge. Try again and you may have better luck. You now have one of this. A port report. Dahad. Description of how things stand in Dahad. And you now have one. Dahad clarity. The ability to see through the glamours of the drownies. Which we can't use. Probably unless we stay alive. Okay, we can buy a couple supplies then. What's our hold? 53. 20 or 30. Yeah, 30, that's fine. And then we go exploring more. Because we want to go to Rack and Rosegate. Do we want to go to Rosegate? Yes, and Isle of Cats. Rosegate gives, because we have the assistant that has the cigars. So yeah, we want to go there. What is this? Oh, this is polytheum. I guess we can go to Polytheum. We might as well, seeing as we're here. It's only a Nunnaco. I do want to go below the Nunnaco to see if there's anything. I heard something, but I don't see if there's anything there. We can do anything in Polytheum. Here is screaming. We could sell. They are claymen, but I don't see the point in that. Okay. Polytheum. We can cure the sharpness you gained in Anth. Enough time in Polytheum and your sharpness will dissolve back to flesh. This will not change your capacity for sharpness or remove any permanent Anthian advantage you may carry. Interesting. We can gather intelligence. What news with Polytheum? We'll do that. The sea cries out. Roads royal. Bricks quiver. The windows of all the buildings flash like eyes. The palace above the city swells and roars. The convulsion is how claymen are born. Even now, somewhere below, they open their blind-seeming gray eyes. You now have 1 port report. You gain 5 terror. You now have 3 fragments. We can do shore leave. Or we can carry men to London. Or, this is one. An audience with the king with 100 hearts. The clay broker, leaning on his copper staff, examines you coolly. The king will see your little friend, he says. No, he won't see you. Not just now. He gestured for you to hand over the watchful curio. You can do that. That night, the hill of Polytheum quakes. The words on the walls uncurl themselves. The birth cries are everywhere heard. As claymen sit up, opening incurious eyes, awaiting their tithe in London. The clay broker waits on the quayside, on the flat palm of the broad hand. The watchful curio squats, but it is changed. Our regards to stone is all he says. You lost 1 watchful curio. which is a sinister little quadding image, but its eyes are pleading. We gained one wakeful idol. Its eyes glitter with awareness. Its melancholy was disrupted. Now you sense anticipation. Can we do anything with that? No. Okay. Well, we might as well do shore leave. It does cost 30, so nah, we leave. And we go, I still say we go down. Go west, hit this little pocket of darkness, and then go south. Almost. There we go. And then we can see. And there's a current. Here's that thing, but that's nothing. At least nothing that I recognize as something. Oh, right, I want to do the wreck of Miko, so we can go towards that direction anyhow. Is this thing, which is like a wall. And then nothing inside. That's weird. It's because there's something above the you. Ooh, there's something there. There must be islands or something above this. Another? Well, it's gotta be dead in a couple seconds. Cool. Neither dead. Neither? Probably neither. You've defeated a neither. It will stop wiggling soon. Soon. Any moment now. We can send crew to a Crimson Slick. To the Crimson Slick. The body is liquefied and spreading. Soon it will be nothing but a swirl of shadowy water. If you want to search the remains, you must act now. This is only if we have 3 crew. We can continue shining a light upon it. Never trust anything that seems in a hurry to die. We have crew. We can do this. The bends. Of course, there's no way that you could actually hear the shouts. Not through the airlock, the hull, the yards of water. Never mind the crew members who swore that they could hear every shriek and whimper of the divers who sent out in the corpse water. And besides, from what you saw, there wasn't time for screaming. The black slick gathered around their diving suits, enfolding them into a cloak. You glimpsed one terror-confronted face through the glass of their helmet as they were bundled up in darkness. And then it was over. Only a little flotsam remained. The water was clear, as though neither had never been. You lost 2 crew, you gained 5 scintillac. You now have 9. Which does make a lot, that does actually make a profit, because crew is only 5. Discover I... Okay, there's nothing either. So then we can do the other option, because I don't have the crew to do the top one. Fog glass. Your ship's lamps sparked strange twinkles in the spreading remains of the Nether. When you looked closer, within the dark blackness, you could see an unfamiliar sky, grasping trees, the cries of hostile birds, but now only clear water remains. The battle is over, isn't it? Of course. In any case, the thing is dead. Yes, you tear yourself away from... You tear yourself from the porthole. Mirror 71 failed in the challenge. Try again. You gain 5 tales of terror. You gain 50 fragments. You gain 5 terror. Oh, there's a place here. I see. There's another Nether, which we'll kill after. Eagle. Do they have shops? They do have shops. That's buy sacks of dark drop coffee beans for a lot. They also sell fuel for a bit more. I can sell soulless fruit for memories of distant shore, mutter salt for foxfire candles. This is called the Fortress Kettle, a restrained research vessel. And we got the shop is called Requisitions. A grounded submarine has little need for fuel. Its occupants, however, have a great need for coffee. Okay. Eagle. The station is pinned to the surface of Eagle. Once it was a roving vessel, the Fortress Kettle, floated freely from place to place. Now it is stuck on spines of fluck rock. We can bribe the first mate. The crew can't show you around. The first mate keeps the hatch keys. They rarely leave the engine room, but they'll come out for a soulless fruit. So I need a soulless fruit. We can assemble a port report. Admiralty will find this a curious place. So I could get it compromised or not. Loose information. You gather a description of the Fortress Kettle and a survey of its resources. You scrape away a little of the solvent, the color of amber and texture of wax that keeps out seawater where the hull is pierced by the spines of Eagle. You sketch the arrangement of decks and hatches, so far as you have been able to reach. But about the population, you cannot offer much detail. The tombed colonist declines to be identified, and the traveling postman laughs at you. You now have one of this report, Eagle. A report of doings in the Fortress Kettle at Eagle. Hey. Okay, we have oxygen again. And I'm gonna fight this thing. Where are you going? Drifting. Why does it do that? Our suffered 20 damage. Ooh, okay, we can do this. Strange currents. You turn the lamps upon the spreading, undulting blackness of its carcass. You can hear the telltale sizzling sounds through the hull. Something twinkles within the dark window of the Neither as it leeches away. The star spread of a night sky interrupted by a canopy of leaves, a far-off jungle, dark fruits, and many-fingered figures sway in the trees. You tear yourself away from the porthole. When you look again, it is all gone. Only clear water remains, as though the Neither had never been. You succeeded in Mira's challenge. You gained 1 extraordinary implication. You lost 3 terror. We do lose terror when we kill things. I want to go this way. Let's look here. Is there another Neither? Nope. Don't know what this is. There's another thing here. Unclear what it is, but our engineers assure us it will burn when fuel. Hello? What are you? Use an oasis to increase your oxygen level. The vent discharges a cascade of bubbles and collapses. Plus 50 oxygen. That seems worthless, but okay. And then we go this way. Because this is an utter shroom. The wreck should be over here somewhere. Somewhere. Being the keyword. There's no zoner. Oh, it's automatic. Or, sorry, no Z-bed is what I meant. There should be a wrecked ship around here, no? No. Is it here? Huh? Is it just not underwater? This it? Oh yeah, good. Oh, hello, Connie. Okay, I guess I can't do anything with that. Seize and loot her. You gained 1 manus. You finish opening cache of curiosities, a filthy scrap of paper, 1 memory of distant shores. Okay. Where am I going now? Isle of Caps. I have a fair amount of supplies and fuel. Yeah, I'm good yet. What are you? Are you alive? I don't think so, no. You are, though. You will fight gladly. Dead. can dissect it. Or actually, let's butcher it. Gain 3 of supplies. You have an unprepossessing thing. We can suitable for smoking. Gain 2 supplies. Perfect. Okay. So we can go south and then east. Clear up a lot of the black spots. This way, and just go straight east. Perfect. And I'll clear up a lot of the unknownness. Which there still is a fair amount of, but like, it's a lot less. We only have the Far East, which, yeah, we'll have to do at some point, but I can wait. For now, clean up this. Go to Isle of Cats. Tell them that I cleaned up, or got rid of the honey. We do this. Gain 10 terror. Yeah. I don't think I should do that anymore. It doesn't really help me in either way. I just get terror. Okay, up. Like a 45-degree angle. Hit the next one. Yeah, that should be fine. I'll be in the fog somewhere, but like, should be fine. Oh, the fog is disappearing too. Perfect, that's gone. So then we just go to the Isle of Cats. We are running a bit low on fuel, but we continue to fight me by blowing the horn. Blow you away. Supply fuel, which is nice. Investigate the wreckage. Rescue the pirate boat. 1 fuel, 1 fire. Fuel, 1 supply. 500 echoes. Open the cache. Rich wild scent. 3 zoops. Which is a decent reward, honestly. Because those sell for 70 piece. So. Honestly, hunting Z pirate is good. A message for Zaria. Zara. Zyra. How is the venturer? Still a rubbery man? He isn't? Are you quite sure? The lady of the cages rubs her cheek. Maybe that part comes later. I shall have to make a note. Hand her the medallion. Urchins, again. I'll tell the sisters to prepare the bath. I'll have a reward sent to your ship. Don't worry. I asked the sisters to pick. I can't seem to remember what's edible and what isn't these days. Zara gives a sudden start and demands, can you fry wine in batter? I don't see why not. She stalks hurriedly out of the room, muttering about asking the abbess. You now have 3 casks of mushroom wine. You gain 2 supplies. You gain 500 echoes. Occurrence, your Isle of Cats, Lady of the Cage's patronage quality is now 4. Pass the venturer's message to Zaria. You no longer have this, adventurer's medallion. You now have 5 caskets of sapphires. Cool. Tending the rose garden. Before you is a garden washed with blood. A sea of petaled crimson. They say these particular exile roses of a variety crossbred from a flower from hell, or with a flower from hell. That would explain the stench of brimstone, which is just sulfur, underneath the sweetness. Winding paths lead to irregular rows of cages, each covered in tangles of thorn and vine. Some of the prisoners inside the cages call out to you. Others mutter to themselves or weep. A few simple stare, hopeless and silent. Good, you're here. Zarya snips a rose head from her with her shears. I'd like a few additions to the garden. Could I borrow one of your crew? Well, have one, really. I doubt you want them back after. Wait, what? Could you have heard her correctly? You're not going to leave one of your crew in this nightmarish place. Refusal will lock you out of this quest. We can offer her the irrepressible Kenir. You could possibly warn her about the Kenir's tendency towards explosions. You will be well rewarded. Be sure to have 20 free spaces in your cargo hold. You can offer the gal-eyed engineer. Well, it's not like she could do much, go much more insane, is it? You will be well rewarded. Be sure to have 20 free spaces in her cargo hold. Or we can offer a crewman. You just happen to have brought one with you handy. That. You will be well rewarded. Be sure to have 10 free spots in your cargo space. Or we can offer a prisoner instead. It was getting tiresome anyway, having to feed them and listen to them sob. We'll offer them a crewman. I know we'd be down to a half, but we can swap in our clayman if need be. Memories of Assault and Z. She'll do nicely, won't you? Yes, I think so. Yes. Have you had a little accident, my dear? No matter. The flowers make the ammonia. Like the ammonia. Oh, so she peed herself. Okay. You gain 100 fragments. You gain 10 supplies. Occurrence. Your Isle of Cats, Lady of the Cage's patronage quality is now 6. Made a sacrifice to the Rose Garden. You lost 1 crew. You gain 10 terror. Walk with the Lady of the Cages. Leopold has a particular fascination with the surface. He still thinks of it as home in some ways. Endearing, isn't it? She doesn't wait for your answer. Personally, I've drunk the memories of so many homes, I couldn't pick a particular one out of the lot. Tricky things. Still, it does make him easier to buy birthday presents for. Have I muddled this up? I did say I set up a meeting with the king for you, didn't I? Well, I did. We can bring Leopold a gift. Something with memories from the surface. It's not his birthday exactly. But you'll want to make a good impression, or you politely decline. You are not entirely sure you wish an introduction to the Pirate King, and you have not taken keen on the transportation of unwilling gifts, as it were. No, we don't want to cut our workout from her. We'll do that. Your patron dismisses you with the advice that the Chameleon Canal is a likely place to source such a gift. Occurrence, your objective seeking a gift for the Pirate King quality is now 1. You are seeking a gift for the Pirate King. Occurrence, your Isle of Cats, the Lady of the Cages, patronage quality is now 7. A friend of Zarya. We can compile a port report. Cool. We can talk to the Abbey, I guess. Is there anything that we can do here? Nope. Okay. Shops. We can buy fuel and supplies, but there's no need, especially supplies. So we leave and go to Rosegate. Also, I need to get rid of my tear. Rosegate, right? I think it's Rosegate. Yeah, Rosegate. The place where the cigars are. Rosegate. It's not so much a port as a shop with a dock. We can witness a reunion. The crotchety tobacconist bends over the shop counter, anointing a large sheet of paper. Annotating. He glances up at the dogged apprentice and bites down on his cigar. His face is blackened with soot. Last batch blew up on me. Welcome back. So we can do that. Man's hope. The crotchety tobacconist reaches across the counter to shake your hand. Our patron has forsaken us. He's only interested in his projects to the south. He left my apprentice to starve, and he hasn't arranged a delivery of the materials I require. I've run out of rubies to try to convince him otherwise, which makes your invitation all the more propitious. He puffs a great ring of smoke into the air above your head. It takes several moments for the halo to disperse. Captain, we're on the verge of tremendous breakthrough. I'm about to create something beautiful, something noble. A cigar which will burn underwater. I think I've finally found the right mixture. He taps the sheet on the counter. It is covered in incomprehensible. Sure, close enough. Scrawling. Equations beyond the mathematical. 3 flavors. Something robust, something bitter, and something luscious. Once I have them, I will finally complete it. Oh, Prince. Your Rosegate, the tobacconist impatience qualities now won. He won't wait forever. Cultivating a robust flavor, the taste of kettle steam to sustain, the taste of mild coffee to ignite the mind, a taste of stale pastry to burn. The tobacconist would like you to aid in the creation of the underwater cigar. Oops. The creation of the cigar. The crotchety tobacconist has a dream to create a cigar that can be smoked underwater, and with your help, it might come true. Bitter, luscious, robust, 3 flavors, and we'll have the cigar. Okay. We can, the crotchety tobacconist mutters to himself while fussing with his notes. Occasionally, he glances over his shoulder to the stairs running up one side of his shop. They ascend to a room marked workshop. Laboring with a robust flavor, the crotchety tobacconist. Why is that word so hard to say? Okay. Glowers at the rumbling crate. We'll need to shift the thing up the stairs. Help us get it up there, won't you? Okay, we can do that. One labored step at a time, the three of you carry the crate up the stairs. The apprentice takes heavy breaths. The tobacconist swears so often you're uncertain if he breathes at all. Eventually, you make it into the workshop and chain the cargo into the corner. You unfinished the tobacconist huffs, scratching his back. We got you now. You succeeded Iron Challenge. Cultivating a robust flavor, the taste of watery beer to sustain. We can't extract it. We can't extract the robust flavor because we need 2 ambiguous elothes, and we only have 1. We can't stroke inspiration for the luscious flavor because then we need romantic literature. Some solemn wait for the bitter flavor. This we can do. The dogged apprentice sits by the hearth, pursuing his journal. The master wants the cigar to have a certain weightiness. Wants to make it something that'll stick with you. Do you have anything that might work? We do have one unread log, so we can do that. The dogged apprentice flicks through the book you hand him. It isn't long before he closes the book with a grin. This is exactly what we were hoping for, Captain. Tragic and hopeless. This should prove potent indeed. Thank you. Cool. We have a sharp chocolate flavor now. And we lost our log. Now we need 3 irritable relics. Okay. I think this decreases our terror, so we probably want to do that. Lost 12 echo, lost 3 terror. Yeah. Let me do that one more time. Take a pamphlet. Near neatly printed histories of the shop are stacked high on one of the display cases. A notice encourages visitors to take one. Cool. And then we're going to rack. Actually, do we want to do visage? I think I want to do visage. First, there's something here. It's another ether. We did learn that we don't want to get hit by this thing because it does 20 damage. It's dead, so don't have to worry about that. And then we do that. We failed. Gain 5 Tales of Terror. Gain 50 fragments. Gain 1 terror. Sad. Oh well. We are running low on fuel, so I probably want to swap our engine. We'll do that after this. Can we buy anything? Nope. Okay, visage. There's a wandering person. He glances nervously back at the face in the hill, but his handshake is strong. We can do that. A wandering person at Visage. He seeks passage to the Church of Low Barnet beneath the Z, just outside of London. His suit is well tailored for an itinerant preacher. His cufflinks wink with sapphires. We can offer passage for money. Even men of the cloth take up cargo space. We can offer passage for knowledge. People like to confide in parsons. What can he confide in you? We're going to offer passage for blessings. You, you may regard him with a skeptical eye, but sailors appreciate a bit of ceremony. I guess we do blessing. He smiles. I must be honest with you, Captain. My clerical qualifications are in progress. I am studying the religions of the undersea to construct a new faith, but I think I am adept at the basics. Please gather your crew. He conducts his blessing on deck. It seems improvised, but his manner remains earnest, and the ritual has a dire effect. Your low bonnet while wandering parson's quality is now 1. You picked up a wandering person, and you lost 10 terror. Do you take up space? You don't take up space. Okay. Weird. Visage. Port report. We can do that. And then go ashore. Checking out the customs house. Yep, we've done this before. Okay. Do we want to do frog again? Or the locust mask? I said we go with locust mask. Moon moth settles the locust mask over your head. The eye holes are covered with a thin gold film through which... oh yeah, we already did this. We can visit the library parts again. And then... we did this last time. I think we failed. But we'll try picking the pockets of readers. Ignored. You dip your fingers into the crocodile's purse and acquire a few copper from a heron. From the way the heron flinches, you know she knows you're there. Apparently, it is the etiquette of the place not to prevent a locust from stealing. Perhaps for the same reason the coins are no more than tiny copper chips, each stamped with an eye sigil, practically worthless. You now one visage expertise in parts. Knowledge of rules and how they are to be played. Okay. Can I do that again? You dip your fingers into the crocodile purse, acquire a few coppers from a heron. The coins here are no more than tiny copper chips, each stamped with an eye sigil. The exchange rate must be thousands of those to an echo. Hardly worth taking home. But you have acted as a locust is meant to act. Anyhow, there is no scrolls for locusts in the library of parts. You gained 1 visage, you now have 10 fragments. Can I do that again? Can I just repeat that forever? That's 3. Oh, no. Oh, I see. End the performance and leave the island. You can't stay in character forever. Or we can trade mask with the moon moth. It has been making subtle overtures for some time. You only now understand them. It is keen to go. It draws you alongside into a closet in the customs house. Had enough of visage, it tells you frankly. Here, you take my mask and pretend to be me, and I'll trade in the visitor mask and go on some departing ship. Get my life back. Its face. No, now you see. Her face is aging, but unlined. A lifetime of never needing to use facial expressions. Occurrence, your visage, your mask quality is now 4, moth mask. occurrence. Your visage, expertise, and roles quality is now 4. Aware of moth rule. So now I can visit the house of the chief geometer. It is understood to be an honor. We can visit the temple of Apis. All the denizens of Visage go there sooner or later. Or we can visit the side of the face. The stone cheek of flourishing of years is visited as a pilgrimage by the inhabitants of Visage, and if you are in good favor, you too may go. Let's start from top. House of the chief geometer. Lines in wet ground. Each morning, the man in the cobra mask draws lines in the mud flat with a pointed steel rod. This apportions to each inhabitant a small trapezoidal area from which to harvest mushrooms and to scrape salt. No plot is ever preserved from one day to the next. This man is a chief geometer, the keeper of directions, master of land measures and sea measures. Now that you have been invited to his house, at the time customarily appointed for him to receive those who are not his equal in rank, yet not so far beneath him as to deserve to be ignored. What ceremonial gift will you bring? We can bring a string of rats. Cobras like to eat rodents, surely. We can bring a necklet of lapis beads. If they do not suit him, they may suit a wife of his. If they don't suit her, he can use them for an offering. Bring a poem concerning snakes, copied on a new scroll. 800 lines of the scaly denizens of the snake pit. We could bring a comb made of bone. Perhaps he grows hair beneath the mask, which covers his whole head. We can bring nothing. Isn't pertinent for one of a lesser rank to presume to show charity to a superior. Let's do that. Bring nothing. Why not? No. You arrive empty-handed. Already piled on his table are the wrappings of other gifts. They reprove you. You are erred. You have no choice to depart early, before anyone thinks you have remasked in a more embarrassing part. Okay. Now 12-5. Wear of moth roll. Can I do that again? I can't do that. So now we can bring honey cakes. Isn't that the proper gift for lulling snakes? Triumph. He accepts. He approves. The cakes are placed on the front table of his receiving table so that the other guests may observe and appreciate the correctness of your gesture. You are permitted to stand to one side and to watch the others arrive. But there is no one whose gift supplements yours in the place of honor. Not even the gift of a preserved lark, frozen in gelatin with a bubble of song rising from its opening beak. When you depart the chief geometer's house, he presses on you a prediction that one day, when you have most need, the earth will swallow you in one place and spit you out another. It is, of course, only a ritual saying. You gained 1 visage, now total 6. Okay. Can I do that again? Can I do anything? Oh, I could just do honey cakes again. Now I have 7. Ah, now I can enter the hollow of the ear. Is a place of a still greater pageantry. This is a journey of several steps and may conclude your current visit. A proud nose. It is a festive day. A great stone face has been illuminated from forehead to chin with blazing torches, so that the profile is visible from the side more clearly than you have ever seen it. Flourishing of years is awake, says the genderless figure in the crocodile mask. We can fall in line with others. Oh no, there's still text at the top. All the denizens of Visage are walking towards the ear together. There is a place in the procession which belongs by right to the wearer of your mask. Fall in line with others. How else will you discover what lies within? We can fall in line with others, secretly bringing a flare with you. Perhaps you will need it in the darkness where you are going. That I need a flare for. Or we can strip off your mask and prepare to depart. With everyone distracted by this festival, your departure would not even be noticed. Now, we fall in line. We continue. Among your own, you go through as though you were truly one of them. You carry nothing with you but your mask and your costume. May your heart be as light as a feather, says the woman in the Lowe's blossom mask, as you fall into line behind her. Occurrence, your visage, ritual participant quality is now 2, empty-handed. Inside the hollow of the ear. The road you follow leads up through switchbacks along the side of the face, and finally to the ear of flourishing of years, and into the cave that is her ear. Huh? Okay. That's a weird way of saying it. The tunnel bends back on itself, and all lights have now been extinguished. There's nothing to guide you but the hand of the person behind you on your back and the movement of the person in front of you. The one who walks beside you wears a bat mask. Those people are dangerous, I know. Fortunately, the floor of the tunnel is very smooth and presents no stumbling blocks. Sound carries strangely in this place, however. Sometimes you cannot hear your own footsteps, and sometimes a breath comes back to you audible from someplace ahead of the line. We can try to run. You do not know what the festival is or what it means, or we can continue. There is a secret in the dark. We continue. In line. The footsteps of the people are steady and synchronized, and you go together. For how many years has this been done? And for how many will it be done in the future? Watch your step here, says the bat mask to you in an undered voice. Its accent is the accent of Wolfstock dogs. Floor is about to get squishier, and sure enough, it does. You gain 4 visage. Ritual participant, you now told 6, empty-handed and brave, not breeze. Deep within. At last, the tunnel opens up. Out. You and all the others congregates spread out in a cavernous space. A voice speaks in the darkness. A ritual preparation. Here, at the new year, we gather under the one mask, a flourishing of years. Her face is turned to the gods. Protected by her mask, we may remove our own, protected by our script. We may speak outside our parts. Here and there is the sound of people fumbling with ties and strings. Your own face feels different with the mask off. We can wait and listen. There are things here to learn, perhaps to your advantage. We can tell one of your own secrets. All this time under the mask, it would be freeing. This requires one relic. We can fight the urge to giggle. What curious practices they have here. Unlocked with the Vijas, participant 5, and no more than 6. Okay. We can receive the confidence of a stranger as holy. Those who come as spectators may remain as participants. I say we wait and listen. Not much for blackmail. You move stealthily through the dark, hearing one knot of conversation and another. The secrets exchanged do not offer much leverage. You cannot see the owners of the secrets. Here and there, you catch the smallest fragment of something that might serve you on a future occasion. The memory of a voyage east. Half rumor about the Cornelian coast. A muttering about admiralty. You gained 100 fragments. The ritual's end. The hour of confidence is drawing to its end. If there is anything else you need to do, now is the time. Do nothing. Let the ceremony end according to the proper rites. Last bell. At the end of the hour, there comes a woman with a feather of shimmering silver, which she tucks into her hand, symbol of the innocent heart that will not be eaten by the jackal. Then the bell rings, and the time of speech is over. You all begin to put your mask back on. It is possible, you cannot know for sure, that in this cover, someone has exchanged a mask with someone else. It is an orderly and perfect line that emerges again from the ear of flourishing of years. If someone watches from above, they must surely be satisfied. Your currents, your visage, ritual participant quality is now 9. Respecter of the sacred mysteries. You gained one captivating treasure, now total 2. You gained 1 secret, now total 25. Okay, so now we end the performance and leave the island. You cannot stay in character forever. Calmer. When the other citizens are distracted, you find your way to the familiar customs house and rid yourself of mask and robe. There is satisfaction in laying aside a role well performed. Your visage, your mask quality has gone. You lost 10 terror, now total 34. Nervous. Okay, cool. Interesting. So we can get a captivating treasure every single time we're here? Because that's a good way of making money. Because those are 1,000 apiece. Interesting. Now we go to rack. To do that, we're gonna go left to clean up these 2 spots. Oh, I forgot to swap my engine and my playman. I want to do that too. That's an interesting ritual. The whole idea of it, of like everybody playing a role, is kind of cool too, in its own way. Because, like, yeah, you could see it as like, oh, this is a metaphor for whatever. So, That's not what I want. I want to transform. It's like everybody's playing a role. Like, I don't know. You can pick whatever of what the sacrament means. Yeah, it's just straight across. Rack. Perfect. And then we dock. We can swap out our engine. And then we can grab some of the salt sea or salt mine stuff. But first, we can go racking. Again, you can lure ships towards rack. The rackers may sink them. The king himself will reward you. Right then, trespasser. We've heard fine things about some captains in Khan's heart. Why don't you go there and convince them to come our way? Perfect. And then I want to visit the Royal Hall. Whispers as you pass, tethered. How are the ships you sent come in? You think you recognized a few of the new wrecks as you entered the city? Yes, the ships came. Promise them riches, promise them knowledge, promise them pretty toys. It's all the same. They come, and our stores replenish. The tether has new halls to grow on. Take this gift of scrap to the priestess. Look for me in the other times. You now have 1 rack scrap. Lost 1 terror, gained 6 echo, and your rack ship sent to rack quality has gone. We can approach the mirror again. Very well. I shall allow it. Try to see yourself. No, we try to see the man in the mirror again. Yeah, same thing. You gained 1 moves in the great game. Cool. Then we can provide for disgraced tether priests, so we can may provide for you. There is a gluttonous priest, the wreckers avoid, who lost his ability to experience tether after carelessly letting it touch his hand. Now he goes to debasing lengths to experience another vision. We can give him honey to get rack aiding research 1. Okay. Blue skies. It is not difficult to find a private cabin. The wreckers avoid him already. When you present him the honey, he snatches it from your hands and slurps it down. He crumbles onto the floor, eyes glazed. His voracious bites turned into stupid nibbles. A jar full of tether rolls out of his robe pocket right before he vanishes bodily. What? Okay. Bring the jar full of tether to the severe chemist who waits on the other shroom. Cool. We can compile a port report. We can consider the state of the city. No. Follow an echo through the halls. Many wreckers sing, but none quite like this. Careful, trespasser, a wrecker warns as you approach. He escaped from Dahat. Mind your manners, or you might lose an ear. The escaped composer. He looks up from a water-warped pianoforte, adjusting his glasses. His hand is stained with ink. There is music written on the wallpaper behind him. We could sell your Drowny song in counterpart to the composer. He has mentioned a desire for inspirations. He can offer payment. You will receive 2 supplies and 1 fuel for the song. We can bid it for well. We can sell your Drowny love song or Drowny hymn. Bid them for well. Where was the one? Consider the state of the city. The wreckers look shallow. The stores are running low. That's an insane price for supplies. Yeah, we don't buy any of that. Taste the tether. Oh yeah, now we can do this. Knife, cup, or bone. Within the sanctum, there is no water drips. Where no water drips are walls, doors, and a pedestal of trinkets. It is watched over by a stony matron. Make an offer of scrap, and you may choose. We grasp the knife. Does this give us iron? A handle of horn, a polished blade. There are possibilities in so fine an instrument. That is the balance ever so slightly off. It winks at you in the light. The matron leads you to one of the many doors. You follow her into the darkness beyond. Visions with a knife. The matron lights a gas lamp. The room is modest, with a well-kept bed in the center. Rest, allow your mind to wander. When you are ready, I will give you the tether. You look away, allowing your attention to settle on an envelope. How it reflects the light. How it is to hold it at last. Or the smell of the lamp. Smoky and arid. No, we look at the lamp. The envelope. Sorry, not the lamp. Tether melts in your mouth. You smoke in bed, propped up by Downy? Yeah, the little feathers. Pillows. Yellow light floods from the window. You glance at the clock. Shouldn't the postal service run without rest? Now the sun never sets? How much longer? Wait, was that the letter plate? You throw your sheets off and run to the door. There, a letter from her. You tear it open. She begins with my dearest. She ends with yes. You now have 1 rack tether tastings. You have known love. It lingers. You gain 10 fragments. You gain 1 vision of the surface. And I need more scrap to continue, right? Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, we can't really do anything with that. Okay. We leave then. Oh wait, no. I want to swap out engines. Throw in a Clayman. Yeah. And we go north. But I'm gonna go above water, because there's more interesting things that we can fight up there. Like, for example, oh, that thing, actually. I was gonna say the pirate poet, but that works too. Can you come face me? Thanks. Hi, cat. Loot and scuttle her. Gain 2 supplies, 2 fuel. Nice. Other than now I can't hold the whatever. Bolted fabric. Now I have to get rid of 2 to get full supplies of the salt. But we can do that. I might be able to sell supplies here. Maybe. We'll see. And then I'm probably going to call it there. I'm probably not. Do I want to go back? Yeah, we can go back today. Nah, we'll do it tomorrow. My brain is shutting down, so we'll just do it tomorrow. Is that boat? That he's a pirate poet, so we kill that. Yes, pirate poet, come on. Come fight me. Money and supplies. Investigate the wreckage. Rescue 1 fuel, 1 supplies, 200 echoes this time, and 1 distant memory of distant shores. Okay. Not bad. It's definitely profitable to fight them, as in like. I think it might even be worth trying to seek them out, but I don't know how to do that well. Shops, shipyard. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that next time. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, see you. Bye.